Well, it doesn't happen that often. That's why we want to give you a little bit of this. The rain coming down just outside Staples Center. Looks like Jerry West and Wayne Gretzky having a good time out there. I think there was Jerry in the background. Kings and the Bruins. Bob, we just talked about it. Both teams just trying to kind of get back on track. Not bad, not awful, but not good enough for what they expect. Nicholas Svedberg gets the start. 500 on the season. Of course, Rask was in net last night. Back-to-back situation for the Boston Bruins. Jonathan Quick, 5 games above 500. The goals against, the save percentage looking good for Jonathan, but the wins, the Kings need those now. The officials for tonight's game. The man dropping the puck will be Dan O'Rourke. He'll be joined by Kyle Raymond. They are the referees. On the lines, veterans, Ryan Galloway, Tony Serracolo. Tonight's Fox Sports West faceoff is delivered by Shumash. And coming up with the play-by-play Hall of Famer, Bob Miller.
All right, Jim, thank you very much. We're ready to go with the opening faceoff here at Staples Center as Kopitar moves in to face-off against Bergeron, and the game is underway, and the Bruins have it. Driven down into the King zone. First meeting of 2 this season between these two teams. Back to the blue line. Shot from there is saved by Quick, and had some traffic in front of him, but he made the save after the shot by Seidenberg.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Alec Martinez back in the lineup. You can see the numbers on the season so far. A big cog for the Kings. You talk about spending time in your own zone. Martinez is the type of player, because of his legs and because of his skill, he can get the puck out of the zone. We talked to Alex yesterday at practice, and he talked about, I'm not sure what's going on. You can get the feeling. A real hard practice yesterday at Toyota Sports Center in El Segundo. Martinez was on the ice for the full practice, ready to go in the lineup tonight.
And on the draw here, the puck comes into the corner along the left wing boards of the King zone, and then swept up the center ice by Pearson, but taken away and sent back into the King zone. The Kings with 12 wins on the year. The Bruins have 14. Kings are 4th in the Pacific. The Bruins are 4th in the Atlantic. At center ice, taken away by Boston. Down the right side and in deep. There's a pass in front, knocked down there and picked up again. Pass back out to the right point. A pass was by Soderberg, and now it comes back to the neutral zone and driven right back in now as Seidenberg fires it back into the corner of the King zone, and Doughty back to get it. Chased into the corner now by McNabb. His pass up to center ice, taken by the Kings, and across the line is Brown. Brown with a backhander into the corner. Kings have it, back to Brown again. To the blue line to McNabb. McNabb to Brown, he shoots, and it's just wide to the right. Rebound out to Green. Green gets checked there. Kings go into the corner to try and pick it up. Battle for it, taken by Williams. Williams for the Kings, back to the blue line, but out of the reach of Green, and all the way back down into the King zone.
A simple effort so far for the Boston Bruins. Get the zone, get the puck on net, get it there any way possible. The Kings trying to get some offensive zone time themselves. Again, starts have been a concern, an issue. The Kings talking about them, want to get a better one.
Kings in the Bruins zone. A pass is knocked down. Kings still have control of it. Taken on the right side by Dwight King. King over to Toffoli. Toffoli's pass played off the boards now by Martinez. He shoots, and a save. Tipped in front of the save made by Svedberg. Puck comes to the blue line of the Kings. Taken now and driven down in deep by Chris Kelly into the corner of the King zone. Kings into forecheck there as the Bruins try to maintain control. They do a pass in front, intercepted there, and cleared up ahead. Intercepted by Regier, and the Kings get it deep into the Bruins zone. Final game of this homestand for the Kings. They'll be in Arizona Thursday, then back here Saturday afternoon against the Philadelphia Flyers. Taken in the zone by Kevin Miller of the Bruins. He sends it deep into the King zone where Drew Doughty is back to get it. Crowd comes to life now as Doughty comes up the center. Gives it to Clifford on the left wing. Couldn't hang on to it. Bruins take it away. Outnumbered attack. Gagne with a shot and a save and a rebound. Sent up high by Campbell over the net. Gagne played with the Kings a couple of years. Won the Cup with them in 2012. Now, go Kings go. The puck comes up to center and all the way down the Bruins zone. And no icing here.
And with that shot by Gagne, Bob, you can tell, again, the Bruins, that simple approach that they've been talking about. Claude Julien is their head coach, and he talked about get the puck to the net. And that's exactly what they're doing. Gagne wasn't looking for the score right there. You take it if it happens. He's just looking for something else. But now you can get a feeling that the Kings are back on their heels. Braden McNabb, we focused on him a lot lately in that last shift. Making sure you get your head up. Look at McNabb looking up the ice right there. Simple thing, but watch when he gets there. He knows he's going to be pressured, probably gets communication, looks the second time, and this one here, he's going to get nailed. This is a cross-ice backhand pass saucer right on the stick to the other side to Dustin Brown. McNabb continues to improve with the puck.
Bruins hold it into the right point of the King zone, and now taken away by McNabb. He gets it over to Green. Green up ahead to Kopitar. Kopitar feeds it ahead, gets it back on the right wing. Kopitar down and deep. He got it from Carter. Kopitar to Carter. Loose puck taken by the Bruins. Back they come to center ice. No score in the first period. Pass to the blue line. Tipped away by the Kings, and Kopitar goes for it. Couldn't hang on to it. Taken away by the Bruins again, and then tipped out to the left side and fired down in deep there by Marchand, but off. Kings have it and move it up to center ice.
Tuukka Rask obviously not in the lineup tonight. He's already made a stop on the bench, but if we get a chance to see it, a stop he did not want to make.
Puck comes back over, and a shot from the left side by Regehr is blocked. Cleared up ahead to center ice. Regehr back to get it for the Kings. No score here in the first period. Bob Miller along with Jim Fox. Puck comes down into Regehr. Regehr moves it back behind the net. Martinez with Regehr defensively. Bruins have it on the Kings zone. Pass up the middle, intercepted there. And the Kings back up to center ice. Williams throws it ahead. Chased down the right side now by Bartkowski, and he goes back behind the net. Born in Pittsburgh, went to Ohio State University. At center ice, Bruins with it. Shot is up high and over the net by Lucic. Back behind the net. He gets checked there. Bruins have it again. Driven off the right wing boards, but the Kings bring it back to center. Cross the line, left side, Brown. Brown's pass right side and off the stick of Richards. He had a lot of room for a moment on the right side. Toffoli tried to give it to Richards. Broken up by the Bruins, and they have it in their own zone. The Bruins on the road, 22nd in the NHL. The Kings at home are now tied as the best team at home in the NHL this season. Bruins send it across the line in deep, and back to get it is Muzzin. His pass taken away, and then Fanning on a pass came back out to the right side. Bruins had a pretty good setup there, but Fanning on it was on the right side. Chris Kelly couldn't get a stick on it. Puck in the corner, and Dwight King tries to break it up. Bruins possession again. A shot knocked away and out to the left side, and Kings are going to get it deep in their own zone. The Bruins want to change lines.
And the Kings are trying to get through that neutral zone, and you see right here the Bruins have 5 men there. Pass by Doughty. That's what you're going to have to do. Pass, chip it in, and go get it, because the Bruins are stacking it up in the neutral zone.
Now the Bruins in their own zone get control of the puck and get it out to center ice. McNabb takes it away for the Kings. Bruins are going to get it back in their own zone again.
Matt Green just tried to play there, Bob, that you try to break that neutral zone. You just try to throw it across. You have to throw it all across board to board, but you have to throw it hard. And a couple times the Kings have done that. That may break the pressure.
Kings try to get out of their own zone, and they're going to be able to. They move it up on the right side to Nolan, and Nolan drives it into the Bruins zone. No score. Bruins have 3 shots. Kings have only 1. Neither of these teams very high scoring coming into this game tonight. Kings 2.7 goals a game, and Boston 2.4. Taken now by Jake Muzzin for the Kings. Now up ahead, Muzzin still with it. Gets it up to center ice. Taken away there by Patrice Bergeron. His pass left side, a shot and a save by Quick, and he hangs on to that one.
That turnover, Bob, was created because Muzzin tried to go through the middle. 4 Bruins in the neutral zone in the middle. It's not going to work. You've got to keep it on the boards. No score, Kings and Bruins. If you were wondering about the stop I mentioned with Tuukka Rask, it happened during the first part of this game on the bench. Takes one off the noggin. The trainer tries to stop the bleeding. He makes the stop on the play, but he's not in the game. But right now, Bob, he's back underneath. He's in the dressing room, so I assume that means he needs some stitches to close that cut. So if you're Tuukka Rask, you're saying, I'm just trying to get a rest tonight. I'm on the bench watching the game, and all of a sudden the puck comes in there, and you got to watch that. If you're here at Staples Center or any arena, you've got to watch the puck as much as possible. Rask took his eye off it, takes it off the noggin.
36 wins last year for him as he won the Vezina Trophy, but he gets a break here tonight, and the youngster in goal, Nicholas Svedberg.
He's just so used to making stops, Bob, it doesn't matter. He's going to stop it anyway.
I was told before the game, Svedberg gives up a lot of rebounds and long ones. He gave up one 200-foot rebound He kicked it up the middle, it hit the boards, and went all the way the length of the ice.
That's a good way to clear the puck. You don't need your defenseman to do that. That's an effective rebound right there. Emotional start, key to the game. We'll see what's going on. I think the Bruins have the edge right now to start this game. Alec Martinez comes back in. Keep an eye on him. Will the rust be there? What's going on? The legs, they'll hopefully get the puck out of the zone. The Bruins, 60-minute tempo. They play fast, and many nights they play for the full 60 minutes. You got to keep an eye on that. You got to be willing to be there and match that tempo.
Martinez missed the last 7 games. Last time he played was against Dallas, November 13th. So we'll see how he is ready to come back in. Didn't take him long to get his first shot. Now the Bruins bring it back out to center ice. No score here in the first period. Puck thrown over by Louis Eriksson, used to be with Dallas. Now along the right wing boards, dug out there by Stoll. Stoll to Martinez. Martinez for the Kings. Gets it over to Regehr. Now back on the right side, and the Kings come to the Bruin line. Down the right side is Williams. Williams stopped along the boards. He got hit there. Puck comes back over the left wing side of the Kings in the Bruin zone. Dropped off there toward the corner. Now sent toward the blue line, and Regehr tried to hold it in. Louis Eriksson tried to get a stick on it for the Bruins, and then it was taken by Matt Bartkowski, and Boston has it 12-14 to go in the first period. Martinez back in the King zone. Bruins changing lines again. Puck in the King zone. Taken there as the Kings get it away out of the reach of Riley Smith. Then a shot and a save by Svedberg. Now the shot by Richards.
Martinez with a little dipsy and a spinorama on the last play to get back in and move the puck up the ice. Asked him yesterday after practice, because again, the style of practice yesterday, Bob, was real hard. A lot of game situation. He said it was exactly what he needed. He needed some contact. He needed to get his angles down, his reads, down low to play gaps, those types of things. Practice that you need, game situation drills in. The Kings had that yesterday, and I have a feeling that's a little bit preparation for Alec Martinez to get back in the lineup.
Kings win the draw. They send it in back behind the net. Picked up there by the Boston Bruins by Dennis Seidenberg. He tried to clear it out, hasn't been able to yet. Still a battle. Left point, McNabb sends it right side to Green. He shoots, and there's a rebound right up the middle. Just talking about that. He gives up some long rebounds.
Well, but he did what he wanted there, though. He had his blocker. He felt the pressure on him. He wanted to get the puck past the pressure, and on purpose, he pushed the puck ahead with a blocker.
Now in the corner, here's Toffoli trying to get picked up by King. King back over to Toffoli. Toffoli, the Kings' leading scorer. Feeds it on the right side, Dwight King. Bruin zone. King driving behind the net, turns, shoots, and it's wide to the right side. Rebound, pinching in is Muzzin. Muzzin checked in the corner, and the Bruins take it away and bring it back out to center ice. Backhanded down into the King zone, and back to get it is Toffoli over to Doughty. Doughty was going to get hit, and then he threw a check, and the puck comes up and brought up to center. He knocked down Campbell. Doughty did, down in deep in the zone. Here's Pearson. Pearson back to the blue line to Doughty. Fakes a shot. Gives it to Muzzin. Muzzin shoots. Save. Rebound poked away. Picked up by the Bruins again and sent over toward the back of the net. But the Kings hustle in to get to it. And now Kopitar. Kopitar, Bruin zone. Gives it left side. Here's Regehr. He shoots. It's tipped into the corner. And the tripping penalty coming up against the Boston Bruins, and the Kings are going to have the first power play of the night.
Certainly their best shift of the game for the Kings, and it came kind of a portion of one line, then another line. There was a change made. Anytime you can have the puck in the offensive zone and make a change and still keep possession, you know things are going right. Tanner Pearson, who started to play himself right there, there's the stick into the blades. It'll be the skate blades. He goes down, so trip is the exact call. That's the right call, but I think, Bob, it was Tanner Pearson earlier on the shift that had his speed outside just to get the zone and just gain that possession of the puck in the offensive zone. So the Kings get the type of shift they want, they need. That will build intensity and emotion. First chance, Kings, man advantage.
Kings 21st in the league on the power play. The Bruins penalty killing is tied for 20th. And the puck taken by the Kings. Here is Williams on the power play. Kevin Miller, born in Los Angeles, plays for the Bruins. He got the penalty. A shot knocked down in front. Loose puck up in the air and into the corner. Taken there by Brown, but a hand pass called against the Kings. Kevin Miller in the penalty box, as I said, born in Los Angeles, but he played at the University of Vermont, and he gets the first penalty of the night.
And the Kings keep the pressure on. They had some traffic there. Jarrett Stoll felt that the pass was actually made kind of out with his arm near the elbow and not the hand, but The back linesman spotted it right away, and he waited for the proper moment, and he blew it down. And a little bit of jostling there between Brad Marchand, the guy we talked about in the open, and Tanner Pearson, two guys who do the exact same thing for the teams. A lot of high-level skill and a lot of speed, a lot of intensity.
Last 3 games, Kings 0 for 10 on the power play. Now the 4 games before that, they were 7 of 17. So sometimes that power play is hot, and then, Jim, sometimes it goes cold for a while. Of course, the other team's penalty killers have a little bit to say about that.
Yeah, I think it's probably the most streaky element of hockey when you talk about the specialty teams. It happens. Tippecanoe 2015, the LA Kings' biggest fundraiser of the year. January 3rd, LA Live event deck. After the game against the Nashville Predators. Afternoon game, a King follows. General admission tickets almost sold out right now. You can get your ticket today at lakings.com/Tippecanoe, proudly sponsored by McDonald's. And the reaction here of the people at Staples Center, Bob, penalty against Bergeron. I assume it's automatic delay of game. Yep, the puck over the glass without it hitting the glass or anything. He said it's spinning, it's hitting. That's Claude Julien. But so now it's a huge moment for the Kings. The start was probably controlled by the Bruins. Kings have just figured a way to get themselves into the game. They drew a penalty on their best shift of the game. Now they have a 5-on-3 with the best penalty killer of the Boston Bruins, Patrice Bergeron, in the penalty box. Got to try to take advantage of that.
Kings are 1 out of 4 this year with a 2-man advantage. Great chance to jump out to the lead. Maybe even get a couple. Back to the blue line. Bruin zone. Kings with it. Richards hangs on. He shoots, and it's deflected wide and off the boards and held into the left point now by Doughty. Doughty fakes a shot. Now he shoots. Save. Rebound comes up the middle. Doughty gets it again. Bruins almost had it, but Doughty reached out and got control. Here's Doughty to Carter. Carter, his shot deflected back over to Doughty. Puts it down the corner. Kings with a 2-man advantage for 30. As the puck comes up the middle, catch up 53 seconds left to go. 2-man advantage. Shot comes back on the left side. Taken by Doughty. Doughty in deep. Shot there by Toffoli. Save. Rebound in front. Covered by Svedberg.
Svedberg just not leaving the near post. Excellent sticks by the Boston Bruins. So they're going to try to force the puck to the outside, which Svedberg does not leave the post and keeps calm. That penalty, you see the puck was bouncing on Bergeron. But the rule does not talk about intent. It just talks about, does it go off your stick over top? See the Kings on the jam. Once here, rebound close enough. Close enough where the goaltender doesn't get in trouble. Holds on for the face-off. They drop the puck. They'll do it all over again. 42 seconds remaining on the Kings' 5-on-3. You're trying to set up the one-timers if possible here, but again, the Bruins in the shooting lanes, as I mentioned earlier, Bob, their sticks are real good right now. They're trying to make sure the Kings cannot make that cross-ice pass.
Kings still with 42 seconds left in this 2-man advantage. And a face-off in the Bruins zone.
They just put a couple seconds back on, Bob, because of the false face-off. So gave the Bruins a little time to sort things out, get a little rest, but now 44 remaining on the 5-on-3.
Kopitar wins the draw. Back to the blue line it goes. Taken by Doughty. Pass right side and fanning on it, but still maintaining control is Richards. He shoots. Save. Rebound again and cleared by the Bruins. Greg Campbell.
Toffoli not happy with what happened in front. He was certainly cleared out, but just that wrist shot by Richards, very dangerous.
Kings bring it in again, still with a 2-man advantage for 21 seconds. Here's Doughty. Doughty feeds it off on the right. Now down in deep in the corner. Toffoli's in front. It's tipped back to the point and held in. Doughty got over. He shoots and a save by Svedberg.
10 seconds remaining now, and the Kings are not getting what they want here. You credit the Bruins, but certainly like to see, and it's easy from up here. We know that. But I want to see Kopitar handle the puck more in a 5-on-3. He's one of your best offensive players. He's not necessarily your best shooter. You give Carter the edge there, but not the case right now. And the Kings getting the shots from the outside, unable, because of the goaltender's position and control of rebounds, not able to get second chances.
Kings have been credited with 7 shots on these power plays. Shot from the point is knocked down. It was Martinez. Martinez gets it again. Into the corner. Shot from there. Wide. Kings still have it. Now it's a 1-man advantage. Up the middle, McNabb. Shot. Rebound. Martinez tried to throw it in front. Covered again by Svedberg, who was a free agent. He was not drafted. And he's in goal here tonight for the Boston Bruins.
And he had to go back and forth. Lateral movement was there. The Kings get what they need right here. Down low. Shot. Rebound. Not dangerous. The most dangerous place coming up right here. Shot. Deflection. And Svedberg does a real good job on the rebounds here. He's keeping everything close to him. The sticks are there for deflections, but the second opportunity is too far for the Kings because Svedberg, the goaltender, getting right on top of it.
And the Kings with him. McNabb shoots, and he hit Svedberg as he came out to cut down the angle, and save made by Svedberg.
That's a read save by the goaltender right there. He read that. No options for McNabb. Come out aggressive, make the stop.
Kings again. Here's McNabb. 13 seconds to go in the power play. One-man advantage. Kings with it. Bruins zone, back to McNabb. McNabb over now to Williams. He shoots and it deflects into the corner. Taken by Martinez, and the power play is over. The Bruins have killed the two-man disadvantage, then the one-man disadvantage, and they clear it up to center ice.
And right now it's how do the Kings react to that? The Bruins are going to pick up off of that, no question. They're going to get some life off of those penalty kills. The Kings have to kind of match that right here.
Kings bring it across, a shot knocked down but held in the Bruins zone. Kings Williams puts it behind the net, taken away there, picked up by Kevin Miller, who was serving that one penalty. Now cleared to the blue line and out to center ice. Kings stay on side, flip it down into the corner. Behind the net is Clifford. Clifford in the Bruins zone, gets it back to the right point. Pass over now to Regehr. His shot deflected into the corner.
And the Kings continue to get them through. Not necessarily clean, but they're getting them down low, and the Kings getting deflections.
Nolan battling along the boards, and he gets some help there. Now the puck goes to Clifford. His shot is deflected, and it's cleared off the glass and out of play. So no score, a golden opportunity for the Kings, though, here in the first period, but it's 0-0. We'll be back.
Welcome back. I'm Patrick O'Neill. No score, Kings and the Bruins. The penalty kill for Boston, the story so far. Time for the Cold Hard Facts, brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. How about Drew Doughty winning Player of the Month for November? Over 30 minutes of ice, 2 goals, 6 assists. I was there at practice yesterday when it was announced. When they told Drew Doughty his boyish enthusiasm for this game, he has never won Player of the Month. Hey, Jim, I wonder, as fans, he's so excellent all the time. Do we take it for granted how good he is?
I think we do. I think it's one of those areas where Drew Doughty, you know he's going to play well every night, and he kind of slips by at times.
Here's Kopitar in the Bruins zone, but he can't get a shot. It comes to the blue line, held in by Doughty. Over now to Pearson. Pearson down in the corner, checked by Seidenberg. Now back in behind the net, now in front, and covered, I should say, by Svedberg.
Yeah, taking no chances. Getting back to what Patrick was just talking about there, Bob. I haven't verified it, but it was brought up at practice yesterday that Drew Doughty has not received a star after a game this year. You know, first, second, third star. Any games at Staples Center, any games on the road. And that just kind of proves what we were just talking about there, where your expectations are so high. Unless he comes out with a hat trick or something like that, then he's just not going to catch your attention because you expect it time and time and time again. And that's what he normally gives you, game after game.
Kings had 10 shots on those power plays, and they've got 13 for the game. Lately, they've been averaging only 21. Bruins with it into the Kings zone. Marchand, his pass. He tried to get it to Bergeron. Broken up by Stoll, but now taken away by the Bruins again in the Kings zone. Along the boards, McNabb sent it in behind the net, taken by Green. Green got away from a check. Marchand over to pick it up. Tipped away from him, but the Bruins hold it in again. Bergeron now in front. Marchand shoots and a save by Quick.
There's Marchand just picking up a loose puck. A lot of spinning, a lot of moving, a lot of activity. Mostly on the outside, but the shot was dangerous, I believe, because there may have been a screen here. You see the puck just kind of bounces into a situation, and there's a couple of Kings there. Yeah, McNabb's there, and that can be difficult because when a loose puck is picked up like that, you don't have time to get in the shooting lane, and you may screen the goaltender. So far, everything that Jonathan Quick is seeing, it's sticking right to him. No second opportunities whatsoever for the Bruins. Not a lot of chances. And, of course, the Kings had the 5-on-3 for those 13 shots they have on the board. But Jonathan Quick doing the job, too.
He comes in tied for 5th in the NHL in save percentage at .929. Puck is back behind the King net. No score here in the first period. Lucic battling down the corner. His pass up the middle, a shot saved by Quick again. Rebound sent wide to the right side. That shot from the blue line came through some traffic, and Quick made the save. Puck is held in by Milan Lucic. Lucic waits. His pass deflected in the corner. Gets it back again. Being checked by Martinez. Now the puck taken and brought around the left side. Thrown back in front, but wide to the left. Thrown there by Carl Soderberg.
That's just hard work by the Kings defensively, defending very well, especially the defensemen, Martinez and Regeer. Good position that time. Lucic has the size advantage on Martinez. Martinez would not let him get to the inside position.
Soderberg, I just mentioned, he leads the Bruins in assists and points. 12 assists, 17 points. Bruins leading goal scorer has only 6. So they got a few guys with 5. As I said, they are not scoring a lot of goals. In the Bruin zone, right wing corner. Battle for it there as Nolan over to help out for the Kings. Nolan battles right there with Riley Smith. Nolan, tough along the boards. He maintains control of it. Still at it on his stick. Getting position on Smith. Now, but a pass, not enough on it, and the Bruins take it away. Get it up ahead to center ice. Into the Kings zone where Doughty breaks it up. Back up to center, and Clifford couldn't get there in time. Batted away by Dougie Hamilton. That is his real name, Dougie, not just a nickname. Puck up to center ice. Across the blue line, driven down in around the boards, taken there by Green. Green got hit, but he got it up along the boards. Then he gets it again and gives it over to McNabb, now to Pearson.
That first pass has been good for the Kings. After the first 5 minutes, very good getting out of the zone.
Kings in the Bruin zone and battle down the left wing corner. Kopitar waiting for the puck to come free, but it does come free to the blue line to Green. He shoots, and it's wide. Rebound. Kings have it again. Kings have been good in the Bruin zone here in the first period. 3:49 to go in period number 1. Here's Kopitar. Will he try the wraparound? No. Gives it up the middle. A shot from there by McNabb is blocked. Taken by Kopitar. Right side. Score by Pearson. Nice puck movement by the Kings. And Pearson alone on the right side. He is now the leading goal scorer for the Kings with his 10th of the year.
You talk about a 5-man attack. The Kings had 5 men below the top of the circles. I mean, they were right there. They were on top of it. At the end, the goaltender, Svedberg, Bob, gets caught losing focus on the puck. Here it is here with McNabb. Look at this. All 5 Kings are down below that. Doesn't get through. Then there's a whole bunch of traffic. Look at Svedberg. He's going one way. He thought Kopitar was going to shoot. Look at Kopitar. He's leaning back against the floor. Look at the goaltender. He's completely out of the play. And Tanner Pearson ends up with a wide open net. But that's a trend we've been seeing here in the first period. And after the first 5 minutes, excellent. With a 5-man attack, the forecheck is working, and the Kings lead 1-0.
For Pearson, his 3rd goal in the last 6 games, and he gives the Kings the 1-0 lead. Kopitar gets an assist on it. Kings have it back in their own zone.
You can see Kopitar there, Bob, when he had the puck, he's kind of looking to see if he can find a hole. Part of the reason he made the pass is because he probably couldn't get the shot through, but the pass was perfect.
Now Stoll goes for it down into the corner. Bruins dig it out, and they get it back out to center ice. Taken across the line there by David Pasternak. He's the youngest player in the league. He's only 18. Puck is picked up in the Kings zone, though, as Kings move it along the boards and up the left side to Brown. Now to center ice. McNabb also gets an assist. Shot is knocked away off the glove. The shot by Richards from the left wing.
Keep shooting. That's the way to put the other team back on their heels.
Pearson with his 10th from Kopitar. McNabb at 16-20. That's the 14th shot of the game for the Kings, and they take a 1-0 lead. Now at center, here's Dwight King. King down the left side. Throws it down in deep. Toffoli trying to get to it in the corner. Bruins break it up. Cleared back across the blue line to center ice. Bouncing there, and at the King line, the Bruins send it in deep. Chased down there by Louis Eriksson. Into the corner. He gets checked. Puck bounces free, though, back to the blue line. Picked up there, and a save by Quick, and he grabs it out of midair. Shot by Dougie Hamilton, and it went up in the air and grabbed by Quick. So the Kings on the goal by Tanner Pearson. There it is, his 10th of the year, and the Kings lead 1-0.
Time right now for tonight's Mercedes-Benz Star Watch. Patrice Bergeron. Selke Trophy, 2 of the last 3 seasons. Kopitar, top 4 in voting. Last 2 years. Both guys, and Bob, we touched on it. Was it last game or a couple games ago? Definition of the Selke Trophy, best defensive forward. You can throw that out the window right now because, in all honesty, the Selke Trophy goes to the best forward. And, you know, the game has changed where you don't necessarily have checkers anymore. you have your top guys that are expected to play 200 feet of the ice. And that's a reason that Selke Trophy's kind of evolved into the best forward, because you used to have the Bob Gaineys and the Doug Jarvis. The guy's one role was to check. Really doesn't happen anymore.
Doug Jarvis assistant now with the Boston Bruins. That assist by Kopitar was the 350th of his career. Bruins with a right point. Shot from there is knocked down and picked up by Martinez. Martinez got it to the blue line. Now here's Pearson. Pearson across the line. He sends it around the boards. Kopitar trying to get to it. Karam's back behind the net, and the Boston Bruins have it. Up to the blue line of Boston, and now out to center, taken away by Pearson. Pearson with speed down the right side. Cut off there. Gets it back to the blue line. Kings have it. Martinez to Pearson. He shoots and hit the post. Pearson with it again. Oh, he almost had his second of the night.
And Pearson's been the most effective player. About that speed on entry, it's backing off the Bruins. They can't figure it out right now. He's just taking it in, and he's getting the puck to the net.
I thought for a moment that was one like you had in Quebec that night. Went right in and came out so fast. They never have counted that, have they?
Well, I do.
I don't blame you.
Unofficial stats.
It was in the middle of the net.
Exactly. So you see Tanner there. He'll get right down, right in his back pocket. We'll see what's happening. The traffic's there again. It was important on the Kings' goal. And it gets through here, and bing! That's all it is, right off the post. And that's Andrei Kopitar supplying the screen right there. It was Kopitar that made the pass to Pearson earlier for the goal. Screens, very effective, very important here in the first period for the Kings.
Face off in the King zone now here with a minute 19 to go in the first period. Jim Fox will talk with the King at the end of the period. Shot is knocked down on the way in. The shot from back on the right wing side by Marchand. And the Kings get it up to the blue line and now to center ice.
Another breakout, real good by the Kings.
Down into the corner, check throw there. The puck comes back to the right point to Williams. Try to get it into Brown. Now it comes over to Stoll. Stoll's pass to Muzzin. He shoots. It's wide. Rebound going to be taken by Brad Marchand. Check there. The Kings take it away. A shot and a save. The shot by Brown and the save made by Svedberg. Kings pick it up at center ice. Boy, this has been a good period for the Kings.
Yeah, look, the first 5 minutes, the Bruins had all the tempo, and then since that time, the Kings have been taking over. Even before the 5-on-3, the Kings were starting to turn things around. That's the reason, part of the reason, they drew that 5-on-3.
Hard check by Drew Doughty. As coming out of the zone was David Pasternak of the Bruins. Now the loose puck at center. Kings have it again. Get it over to Clifford. 13 seconds to go here in the first period. Clifford with a check in the corner, and then in comes Nolan with a check. Bruins bring it back to center. Cross the blue line, sent down into the corner, but offside, called against Boston.
Well, 4 seconds remaining. I see 4. I see Boston. I think of Bobby Orr. And we'll have a little bit more on Bobby coming up later in the broadcast. But the Kings really are playing their game. And I think, Bob, we mentioned it a couple of times, it starts with those clean breakouts. And when you get a breakout, it's not only the defenseman, it's the receiver. Is the forward coming back and being available on the play? And that seems to be what's happening now. The support is there, and the Kings getting out of the zone. Little push here. Nolan, Lucic, I think they're both going. They both don't like it. The referee, Dan O'Rourke, is saying, go to the dressing room. Not enough time here to serve it. 2 big bodies, 2 big guys trying to get something going. And the fans don't like it either. And I'm sure the players kind of upset with each other right now because in behind there, Nolan's trying to get inside position. Lucic is saying, well, what's going on? There's a cross check.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, what did Jordan Nolan do?
He went down to the ice.
The penalty they're giving him, Bob, is embellishment on the play. They felt he milked that one. Now, from our look, it looked like a squarely placed cross check to the back, and probably a reason why he would go down, but the officials saw it differently. We do have the 4-on-4 skating, but the Kings, solid. Svedberg was real good there in the first period. He faced all those shots, but the screen was working. Breakouts, a key for the Kings. They get it going, and the tempo probably dictated by the Kings in period number 1.
So Tanner Pearson gets the goal, his 10th from Kopitar and McNabb. 1-0 Kings. When we come back, welcome back with Jim. All rights to this broadcast are reserved, and any rebroadcast, recording, retransmission, telecommunication to the public, or other unauthorized use of this broadcast without the express written permission of the Los Angeles Kings is prohibited. Kings Kings hockey is brought to you by Subaru. Test drive the all-new 2015 Subaru Outback or go to Subaru.com to learn more. While the teams are coming back out onto the ice here at Staples Center for the start of the second period, Kings have a 1-0 lead. We want to take time right now to congratulate Matt and Jen Pope, and that is the newest member of their family, Sadie Nyla Pope, born today. Jen is the Senior Director of Community Relations, does a great job with Kings Care and everything else connected with community relations for the Kings. And there is Sadie, the newest member of the Kings family. Congratulations to Matt and Jen.
And very importantly, Bob, I just want to say to Jen, congratulations to Matt and Jen. I promised I was going to send something. You know what's on the way. It's coming for Christmas, and it's going to be a great thing to enjoy. But
she can't drink matinee.
Oh, she can now. She couldn't before, but she can now.
Hey, that'll put her to sleep.
Yeah, AT&T U-verse Rewind. We take a look at when. Oh, look at this. Make my night right here.
Oh.
Robert Gordon Orr. 2 Stanley Cups, 8 Norris trophies. Count them, 8 Norris trophies. And, of course, the goal is coming up right here. I know it's coming up. You got to show the goal. Orr, Sanderson, Orr. He's going for a ride. There it is.
Oh.
Bruins win the Stanley Cup. Of course, that was Game 4 against the St. Louis Blues. The Bruins ended up sweeping that series, but AT&T U-verse Rewind. We look back, and we look back to the first period, and that man was skating. The Kings were good overall, but some guys stand out. And Tanner Pearson stood out. We start this period, Bob, keep in mind, 4-on-4 skating.
Jim, that was one of the great sports photographs of all time. Bobby Orr flying through the air after scoring the Stanley Cup winning goal. Now the Kings up to center ice and across the line, right side. Here's Muzzin, shoots, and it's wide to the right, and a rebound all the way out to Doughty at the blue line. As Jim said, 4-on-4. Kings with a 1-0 lead. Puck is in the Bruin zone, and it is almost given away. Now they get it up to center ice. Take it there and across the line by Marchand. Offside called against the Bruins. The Bruins are in their 91st season in the NHL.
And you see the guys they go with Marchand and, of course, Claude Julien behind the bench. And lost 3-2 last night in Anaheim. Said he liked the way the game went, except for the result. Played hard. He felt his team should have won the game. A couple of turnovers cost him, but injuries. Says they don't expect to dominate games 60 minutes like they used to because of all the guys in and out. Krejci, the top centerman, out. Char, the top defenseman, out. Very difficult to get by, but they're getting by.
Well, back in the lineup for the Kings. He's got the puck right now. Alec Martinez. He drives it into the Bruin zone. Puck comes around the right side, down into Stoll, behind the net to Brown. Dustin Brown hangs on to it, still has it. Stoll's in front of the net. Brown trying to twist away there and get away from Torrey Krug. Now in front, taken away by the Bruins, and back they come to center. Louis Eriksson. He was acquired in that deal with Dallas that sent Tyler Seguin to Dallas. Puck comes up ahead to center ice and all the way back into the King zone. Chased in there, no icing here. Bruins got a stick on along the boards, and the puck taken by Dwight King. King takes it away, and the Kings back to center, 2-on-2 to center ice. Here's King along with Lewis. King throws it in. Lewis goes for it. Svedberg, the goaltender, swept it around the boards, but pinching in. The Kings get to it. Shot by Lewis is wide to the right. Puck comes back out to center ice and taken there by Drew Doughty.
There was Doughty making sure the gap was controlled. He was right in the plane, right there to make sure Eriksson doesn't get it. He does, and the Kings on attack again.
Lewis on the right side throws it in deep. King goes for it. Now Seidenberg checked there, and the puck taken by the Bruins. Chris Kelly had it. Now it comes to Kelly again. He gets it up ahead to center ice. Into the King zone. Both teams at full strength. Kelly shoots and a glove save, and what a save by Quick. Flashed the glove up and made the save.
Yeah, we talk about every once in a while, Bob. Remember when your uncle used to come up to you and say, I've got something in your ear, and all of a sudden he takes out a quarter? Well, watch this right here, right behind his ear. I mean, that's how hard the shot was, and that's how long Jonathan Quick had to wait on it. He waits on it. He gets it right there, right beside his head. And the play is set up perfect. And at the last second, he gets the glove in position. There it is. There it is, and he makes it. So good position, good set position. That's always very important for a goaltender, but that attack, that second wave by the Bruins, very dangerous. Big save, gets the Kings out of trouble.
Puck comes to the left point of the Kings zone. A shot from there is wide to the right. The shot by Bartkowski. Bruins try to pick it up again. They do down in the corner. Then the Kings take it away and move it around the boards, but the Bruins pinching in, try to hold it in. They do, and Carter has to go back to get it. Kings will be in Arizona on Thursday night, and we'll be with you at 6 p.m. Kings live at 5:30 in Southern California. Kings and the Arizona Coyotes. Back to the right point. Green, left side. Shot from there by McNabb is wide. Puck off the boards and taken up to center by the Bruins. Picked up there and across the line. Marchand. He got knocked down there by McNabb. Marchand gets up, gives the puck ahead. Then a shot deflects wide to the right side. The shot there by Pasternak, David Pasternak. Now the right point. Bruins try to hold it in. Kings are back there to take it away. Green up to center ice. King goal back in the first period by Pearson, his 10th to lead the Kings in goals this year. Assist to Kopitar, 350th of his career. Kings hold it in. It comes back to the blue line. They got Martinez, right point. Martinez can't get a shot. He gives it over to Regehr. Now a shot from a sharp angle and a save. Sharp angle shot from the left wing side by Brown, and now it comes out to center ice and into the Kings zone.
Get another shift on the forecheck, Bob, where all 5 Kings touch the puck. That's good movement.
Simon Gagne played with the Kings 2011, 12, and 13, and 12 and 13. Puck back up to center ice, picked up by the Kings. Here's Williams. Williams across the line. Feeds it to Brown. Sharp angle and a save. It went off the goaltender and a rebound right in front. Still a scramble. No whistle yet. Now there is as Svedberg dives out to cover the puck.
It's not always pretty, but just make it happen and create something. And the Kings are doing that. Just throw it to the net. But Svedberg could not get control of it. And you see the entry by the Kings. That second wave, this time it's Dussford. Here's the shot I'm talking about. It just puts you back on your heels. The defenders don't know where the puck's going. It's the Kings' Mike Richards coming off the bench who gets there first. And look at the scramble. Richard just gets involved. He's making it happen, just trying to create a loose puck and buy time for his teammates. That's exactly what happens.
Kings at home this year, 10-3-1. Now right toward the goaltender, and he covers it up again. Here in the last 11 at home, the Kings are 8-1-1.
You know, Bob, hit me once. Shame on you. Hit me twice. Shame on me. Where's Tuukka Rask? Where's Tuukka? You see him right there on the right side? Here he is right here. He's way back inside. Of course, he got hit in the head in the first period. Very smart.
I don't blame him.
Hit again.
Shot gloved by Svedberg, and he hangs on to this one, the shot by Muzzin.
I hope he has a monitor back there. At least he can watch the game. He's nowhere near the bench. Can we get a peek of him? He's hiding now. He's just trying to stay out of the way.
Hello, Tuukka. Tuukka, peek around that. Peek around there. Oh, he can't hear us. Faceoff will be in the Bruins zone here. Shots in this period, the Kings 5, the Bruins 1. So the Kings have kept the pressure on here in period number 2, but it's still just a 1-goal game. Bruins in their own zone. Move it up the left side to Chris Kelly. Across the line. He's the one that got stopped on that glove stop by Quick. Bruins hold it in, but the Kings take it now and pass up to center ice. The Kings outlets continue to be sharp. They get it down in the Bruin zone. Now behind the net, in to throw a check there is Tyler Toffoli. The puck is held in by Green at the point. Tried to get it to Toffoli. He gets some help there. Puck taken by Pearson to Toffoli up the middle. Shot by Lewis, knocked away. Picked up at the blue line by McNabb. His shot is blocked out to center ice by Riley Smith.
Well, the Kings continue to make the Bruins pay, and Smith goes. He's hobbling on one foot. He does the job, though. He gets it done, blocking the shot.
Kings back up to center ice, and Green sends it in deep. Was going to be icing. They wave it off. The Kings got back in a hurry. Puck is picked up now on the left wing side, and the Bruins break out to center ice. Pass over on the right, taken there by Milan Lucic. He's 6'4", 235. Bruins take it away, and a shot and a save by Quick. Quick shot from the left side by Torrey Krug. Now back to the Bruins zone. Kings pick it up. Here's a shot and a save, and hanging on is Svedberg as Lewis had a good chance.
Yeah, the Kings just entering the zone with speed. They're breaking out, saved by Quick, those types of things. Big trade, of course, that the Boston Bruins made July 2013. Eriksson, Smith, coming over. Morrow also came over. Frazier also came over, and they all came over for Tyler Seguin. Of course, Rich Peverly was also involved in that deal with a couple of other guys, but you take a look right now, and Seguin, 18 goals on the season. That's a good career. He's got 18 already.
Well, the Kings are going to be on the power play here as the Bruins get a penalty. So the face-off of the Bruins zone. Soderberg, their leading scorer in the penalty box. He gets 2 minutes for boarding at 5:34, and the Kings 0 for 2. They had the two-man advantage in the first period, couldn't score on it. So they're 0 for 2 with 10 shots on the power play, and the puck here deflected up off the netting.
We'll see if it comes back outside or stays inside. The referees are all getting together. And one back linesman, Tony Sericolo. Yes, he points at the dot and he says, okay, it hit someone. It hit a Bruin, and that's the reason it stays inside. So important face-off here, and just the way things are going, the Kings are controlling the play, not dominating, but controlling. So that's why these moments become even more important. You've got a one-goal lead. And when you're controlling a game like this, you want a bigger margin, Kings man advantage.
And off the draw here, the puck back behind the Bruin net, swept around the boards and all the way back into the King zone.
Unfortunately there, Bob, only one King goes after it, and that's Jeff Carter. If you don't have it and you have the man advantage, you've got to outnumber the other team at the puck.
Doughty, Muzzin, Carter on the power play. Now across the line, Kopitar, right side to Doughty, went behind him. Doughty picks it up. He gets it down into Kopitar, and now over to Pearson. Tanner Pearson back to the point. Kings with it. Doughty waiting for the right point. He gets it. He shoots. It's blocked. And the loose puck. Kings, can they hold it in? No. It bounces to center and then sent all the way back down into the King zone.
It's like a broken record. You talked about it. I'm reading articles. Block shots. Block shots. Everyone blocks shots. You can't get it through. Tough to get it through, even with a man advantage.
Tipped away there from Muzzin right at the blue line. Good play, and puck comes back into the King zone. Chris Kelly just tipped it away, and the Kings have it now, and here's Doughty. Dropped it back to Williams. Williams, stick handling, goes to the right side on the power play. 38 seconds to go on it. Puck comes over to Brown. Brown check there, gets it into Stoll. Stoll double teamed in the corner, gets some help from Williams, but a centering pass broken up by the Bruins, but not cleared. Held in by Doughty. Then on the pass to Doughty, broken up and cleared.
Yeah, stick position by the Bruins. The Kings getting the penetration they need, and a good job recovering loose pucks, but can't get it through to get a shot on goal.
Now only 14 seconds to go in the man advantage. Here's Williams. Williams across the line. Kings have had no shots on this power play. And the Bruins clear it again. 4 seconds to go, and the Bruins are going to kill this penalty. Here's Brown up to center ice. Bruins back at full strength. Brown into the slot. His pass taken away, but not cleared. Held in by McNabb. On the left wing now, a shot deflected up out of play. And a face-off coming up. It's still 1-0 Kings. Second period.
Well, I mentioned the Bruins blocking shots. They have 11 block shots here, and they've killed some power plays. Darren Granger's the Kings' head equipment manager, and over the years, Bob, I've talked to him about that situation. And, you know, he pointed out back when I played, you would wear equipment for a long period of time, and things would break down. Your skates would break down. Your shin pads would break down, those types of things. Now they have 2 sets of equipment, one for practice, one for games. They stay longer. If it doesn't, they just replace it. You don't worry about things. So a lot of different reasons. Now, coaches demand that you block shots, but players are much better protected with equipment that's better right out of the gate, and it also stays better because everyone takes that much better care of the equipment, and players are courageous, but they're also protected to get those block shots.
Jim, some bad news tonight. Jean Beliveau, who led the Montreal Canadiens to 10 Stanley Cup championships, died today. So sorry to hear that. He was a great gentleman. Shot knocked down and comes up the middle and then driven up. And did it go out of play? I think it did, but face-off will stay in the Bruin zone.
Le Gros Bill, Bob.
Yeah,
Jean Beliveau.
What a classy gentleman, wasn't he?
I remember when the All-Star game was here in Los Angeles, the last time, 2000 was it, and the dinner they had, and Jean Beliveau was there, and my wife Susie, that's the one. I've got to meet Jean Beliveau, and that's exactly what happened. But just a true gentleman and great Hall of Famer.
Kings throw it in front, but is batted away, but held in now by Muzzin. Down into the corner, taken away by the Bruins. 10 Stanley Cup championships he won with the Montreal Canadiens. Puck comes across the line into the Kings zone, and a check throw there by Muzzin. He threw that check on Bergeron.
Muzzin's been very active tonight with the puck and without the puck. Again, I mentioned Doughty closing gaps, and when you have two guys like that that are mobile, very difficult to get around them.
Doughty tried to get it over to Foley, taken away now by Torrey Krug. He's out of Michigan State University, but offside called here.
And Bob, we were talking about Jean Beliveau, what an all-star he was, and you can still vote to see your favorite LA Kings take the ice. 2015 NHL All-Star Game, that'll be January 25th. You vote now. You vote up to 10 times daily through January 1st. Visit LAKings.com. Excuse me, not LAKings.com. You can do that too, but NHL.com/All-Star right now, and your vote counts.
Faceoff moves back into the King zone to the right of Jonathan Quick. On the faceoff here, they're going to do it again. They're going to kick somebody out.
Yeah, Lewis is going out. Clifford's coming in.
Soderberg on the draw for the Bruins, and they win the draw to the blue line. Shot is blocked. Blocked by Nolan, picked up by Lewis. Lewis across the line. Bruins zone. Lewis cutting in front. He shoots. Save and a rebound up the middle. Kings going to be able to hold it in. Reguer got to it. Threw it down behind the net. Kings still with it. Pretty good chance for Lewis coming in there, and the save was made, and Lewis goes for it again behind the net, but the Bruins break it up and clear it out to center ice.
Just the mindset there of Trevor Lewis. He had the speed, but he also had one thing on his mind, and that's get the puck to the net.
Lewis gives it now to Clifford. He slaps it back behind the Bruin net. Boston with it. They're down 1-0 here in the second period. Puck comes all the way back down in deep behind the King net. Broken up by Green, but not cleared out. Held in by the Bruins, and down the right side, held in and thrown back on the right and taken away by the Kings. Up to center ice is Jordan Nolan. Nolan looking for some room, drives it off the boards, back behind the net, and an icing call against the Kings.
The Kings tried to make that tip and chase play, but it was not made, so now you have to pay for it with the icing. Here's Lewis. Spots the defender, uses the boards himself, and Krug just does not get the right angle. You can see there's a loose puck there for a split second, and everyone tried to get involved, but again, Lewis, I think you spot the guy you're going against. Krug is not necessarily known as a defensive stalwart. He's not the biggest of guys, too. If you can get a half step on him, maybe you get to the net, and that's exactly what happens. Speed and body position to drive to the net.
Faceoff moves back again into the King zone. And on the draw here, Kelly wins it back to the blue line, and they lose it out to center ice. Bruins couldn't hold it in. Markowski had to chase it back and then throw it behind the net. Kings have had 24 shots in the game, the Bruins 10. But only one has gone in. The Kings have a 1-0 lead. Markowski again now for the Bruins, born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, sends it across the line, down into the corner of the King zone, and a battle for it there. Dug out for a moment by Riley Smith, but taken away by the Kings. Kings can't clear yet. Williams being checked to the blue line. A shot knocked down. Here's a break to center by Stoll. Stoll cutting in. Stoll in deep. Can't get the shot. He got checked from behind and couldn't get a good shot.
He was squeezed on the play, and he just tried to lean one way to get his stick free. He had defensemen from both sides coming at him and just ran out of room.
Bruins get it back out to center ice and all the way down the King zone where Quick is going to cut it off there. He gives it away, though, at a man, and now it's sent up the middle. He had a King player in the left wing corner trying to get it to him, but Greg Campbell was there, and he took it away. Now a shot and a save by Quick on a shot from the right wing. And he hangs on for a faceoff, so that was dangerous for the Kings there. After the break, we'll go down to the bench with Patrick O'Neill, and he's going to talk with Dwight King.
We're back on Dwight King. Seems like from our perspective, Dwight, you guys are really clicking, really sharp, though. Just a one-goal lead. If you agree, what's working for your team?
Yeah, I think for our team, when we have success, we're quick in our end. We're moving the puck really well from our goal line out, which gives us a clean look up the ice. And when we get down here, I think a lot of guys are holding on to pucks and making sure they're seeing plays before they make them. That's big for our team.
Thanks for that. Good luck.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, guys, back to you.
He touched on the breakouts. Get that puck out cleanly, then everyone gets a better feel to get that momentum going.
Kings have it back behind their own net right now and moved up the right wing side to Carter. Carter's pass taken away at center ice. Bruins drive it right back in. Doughty back to play it. Gets it around to Carter. Carter got it out to center ice. Bruins take it away, but it's broken up at center ice. Nice interception there. Kings with it. Pearson dropped it back. A shot and just wide by Carter. Now a rebound sent off to the right side.
Very quick reaction there by Pearson. Gets the line, backs him off, and pass right on the stick of Jeff Carter.
Bruins back to the King line. Thrown in and a pad save made there by Quick, and it comes all the way to the blue line. Taken by Carter, but tipped away from him, and Doughty has to go back to get it. Doughty under some pressure. Clears it out to center ice. Now the Bruins have it again. Paille sends it down the left side. Chasing it in is Simon Gagne. Gagne and Campbell spin around the corner. Kopitar in to check Campbell. Campbell digs it out. Backhander knocked away by the stick of Quick. Puck taken by Daniel Paille, but he can't hang on. Nice play there. The Kings take it away and get it to Carter. Carter sends it across the line. Kings changing on the fly. Quick pass. Left side. Gagne shoots and a save by Quick.
You know, that change hurts, and it's a difficult change. You're going to get chances like this every once in a while because second period, when you have the opportunity, you got to get off. But the Bruins spotted that situation right back the other way. Look at the Kings going for the change. Bruins know it. One stretch pass. Now watch the goaltender Quick here. Watch his position. He's very aggressive. He knows everything's taken care of on the inside. He reads that. As soon as the puck's getting over the blue line, he's spotting guys away from the play. And if you can spot that, then you establish your position. You know the only dangerous man was Gagne. He's there to make the save.
Gagne did not play last year in the league. There's a shot from the blue line, knocked down there and picked up by Toffoli. In 2011-12, Gagne played 34 games with the Kings, had 17 points, 7 goals. And then in 12 and 13, played only 11 games for the Kings, had 5 assists, and that was it.
And Bob, remember he dressed in Game 6 of the Stanley Cup final?
Yeah, he got...
Game 6 against the New Jersey Devils. Gets the cup, gets the ring.
Back on the right side to Foley, and he just couldn't get there in time. Bruins have it back in their own zone. Up ahead to center and driven down the right wing side and across the line. Taken there and thrown down in deep by Louis Eriksson. Now along the boards, Kings dig it out, get it back out to center ice, and chasing it back down now is Kevin Miller, and an icing call against the Kings.
Kings forwards, Bob, take a lot of pride on board work and getting the puck out. Tyler Toffoli, he's a shooter, he's a sniper, but you've got to do those little things. And he did it on the last breakout there. He protected the puck. He knew he was going to get hit. He shielded the puck, and he just kept it in his feet until he had enough time to do something with it. You see him right there, bottom left. There he is. Take the hit, and his partner right there, Jared Stoll, on that play comes across, supports, and the Kings get out of the zone.
Now the face-off in the Kings zone once again, but Stoll is going to get kicked out. Stoll comes in at 51.6% on face-offs. And off the draw here comes up the middle. Bruins get it left side. Shot from there by Bartkowski is knocked down and saved, and the puck taken by the Kings. Stoll, he gets it out to center. Bruins getting back in a hurry to try and pick it up, but Dwight King is there, just couldn't get his stick on it. Kevin Miller moved it up ahead to center. Down the left side. Pass across the line, broken up. Kings get it back to center ice, and Brown trying to get a handle on it. Now back into the Bruins zone. Shots are 26-14 in favor of the Kings, but it's only 1-0 in favor of the Kings on the scoreboard. Shot knocked down in front. Shot from the left wing side by Matt Fraser.
That time Bob Quick was so deep in his net because he was unsure of the read. He didn't know if there was a cross pass coming. Makes the save anyway.
And the puck comes down in the Bruins zone. Some of the fans wanted a little penalty there as it looked like, was it Brown being held up? Now Bruins take it away and send it around the boards in their own zone. We've got 6:08 to go in the second period. Bob Miller along with Jim Fox. Kings with a 1-0 lead on a goal by Tanner Pearson and an icing call against Boston.
You mentioned Dwight King, Bob, putting pressure on that last shift. Watch what happens here. He gets involved on the rundown to it with Miller, but then he gets stick in a position where maybe he's going to take a hook. Watch him. He just lets it go. That's the right thing to do there. If he holds on another split second longer, maybe the referee sees that stick into the hands and he makes the call. Dwight felt that might happen, so drop the stick and get away with it.
Kings in the Bruins zone for this face-off, and Lewis on the draw, but Chris Kelly of the Bruins wins it, and the Bruins send it the length of the ice, and Muzzin back to get it, icing against Boston.
Yeah, it's one of those games where you have that lead going On the ice right now is Matt Bartkowski, Bob, and he's been talking recently about his team and just saying, you know what, no need to be pretty. We tend to not allow too many goals. That's what's happening tonight. Games are close. We don't think we get nervous. They don't get nervous out. They're used to these types of situations. The Kings are controlling the game, but the Bruins, 1 goal away.
Well, 9 of the last 10 meetings between the Kings and the Bruins have been either 1 or 2 goal decisions. Bruins with it. Move it up the left wing side. It's flipped out to center ice to the King line by Matt Fraser, but broken up, and Bruins back to get it again. Torrey Krug at his own line. Bruins come up to center ice. Pearson back for the Kings. Goes into the corner and sends it behind the net. 5.5 minutes to go here in the second period. Bruins take it away, and a pass off to the right side. Marchand plays it off the boards, but gives it away to Pearson. Nice pass by Pearson. Then up to center ice, and Bruins break it up, and Boston's offside. They couldn't get out of the zone in time. The Kings 1, the Bruins nothing. Second period.
Kings have the 1-goal lead. Lindsay Theory, Julie Stewart-Binks. You can catch them on Fox Sports 1, Fox Sports Live. They'll catch you up to, not tonight probably. You're at the Kings game. They're enjoying. Oh, well, you can't do that.
Oh, I know not tonight.
What's going on there? So they're enjoying the action here. The Kings, very solid, very effective. Unfortunately, right now, I'm saying unfortunately with a 1-goal lead because it could be more. And I'm not saying the Bruins haven't had their chances. It's just that who has the tempo and the flow of play, the momentum. For the most part, Kings, but as we just kind of went over with Bartkowski, the Bruins are used to that situation, especially this year. They've had so many injuries, guys in and out of the lineup, the roster moving around and trying to find ways to win games.
Bruins have only 6 goals in their last 4 games, but defensively they're not bad. Pass by Marchand, then a shot up high and off the boards. Marchand goes for it again, gets it out of the right point. Seidenberg put it down into the corner. And it is not cleared out yet. Now comes into Doughty. Sweeps it around to the blue line, and a check thrown there by Seidenberg on Toffoli, but the puck comes back into the Bruins zone.
But Toffoli gets it out, and he's done that a couple times here, just taking a hit. Now Toffoli goes after. Seidenberg makes the hit.
Bruins in the Kings zone. Pass up the middle. Shot from there is wide off the boards. Shot from the left wing side and just wide by Soderberg, their leading scorer. Then a shot wide again from the top of the slot. And now cleared by the Kings up ahead to Williams. Into the Bruins zone. 1 against 3. 1 against 4. Bruins come back in a hurry, and Williams checked in the corner. The Bruins dig it out, and puck taken by Boston in their own zone and not cleared out yet. Kings held it in for a moment.
Sense a little push here for the Boston Bruins. They seem to be getting more puck time. And the Kings with the veteran line trying to turn that tide.
Now Brown chasing it down in deep. Bruins take it away though, but can't clear it yet. Kings hold it in. Down behind the net. Stoll going for it for the Kings. He goes into the corner, and the Bruins give it away in their own zone. Picked up on the right side by Brown. Brown turns. His pass just out of the reach of Williams. Williams down in the corner. Williams back to the blue line and out to center. Kings couldn't get over in time to hold it in. Taken there, and here is Green across the line. Bruin zone. Shoots from a sharp angle. Save made by Svedberg, the Bruin goaltender. And now it comes to Gagne. Gagne got his 600th career point last night with a goal at Anaheim. So congratulations to him. 600 career points. Kings with it in the Bruin zone. Nolan, Jordan Nolan, right side, sends it in front and wide, and taken by Gagne. Gagne for the Bruins on the right wing into the Kings zone. Comes to the middle, turns, shoots, and a save by Quick, and he gathers in the rebound.
Well, so the Bruins trying to get that penetration. The Kings have the coverage, so nothing happened, and no real dangerous chance. I mentioned earlier about Simon Gagne playing in Game 6 of the series. We got a tweet from the Mouth LA Kings correcting me on the play, and what I was thinking about was the thought overall. The Mouth LA Kings says he played in 4, 5, and 6. I remember that he didn't play until the Kings had a chance to win the Cup, and of course they took the first 3 games from New Jersey that year, but games 4, 5, and 6. And again, the importance of that is he gets his name automatically on the Cup by playing in the final.
I mentioned the Bruins not scoring much, but playing well defensively. They've only allowed, right now, 14 goals in their last 8 games. However, they've allowed the first goal of the game in 10 of the last 14 games. So something the Kings have realize you're much better off playing with a lead, and the Bruins are unable to do that again tonight.
That first goal is important, Bob. I always find the 8th goal. If you get that one, you have a chance of winning.
Good observation. Shot and just deflected there into the corner. Wow, right down the middle. Now the Kings come back, cross the line, but offside on the play. Zach Kelly right in the slot with that shot.
And then just dragging the pad, I think, was Jonathan Quick. So Quick had to move across. He had to move out. And then with the puck going back against the flow, we'll see if he gets the flipper pad out to make a save. Set up, moves across, and there it just gets off. Just ticks off the bottom of his pad, I believe. And it just slides wide. So the attack by the Bruins has picked up here the last 5 minutes. I don't see sustained time for the Boston Bruins, but I see more offensive attacks with entries into the zone.
Bruins have it again and moved up ahead and tipped down in by Marchand into the King zone. He goes into the corner with Muzzin. Marchand digs it out. Pass up the middle, shot from there, knocked away by Quick, and a rebound, and Quick makes the save.
Well, there's the battle right now. Marchand taking punches at Muzzin. Muzzin saying, keep throwing him, no big deal. But the Bruins are getting chances. The Kings boxed out well there, but Jonathan Quick has been sharp here the last 5 minutes. This Friday and Saturday, high school football championships. CIF Southern Section. They face off. Fox Sports West, prime ticket, 3 great matchups. Trabuco Hills, San Clemente, Vista, Murrieta, Mission Viejo, Corona Centennial versus St. John Bosco. You get them all. It starts Friday, continues Saturday, only on Fox Sports West and prime ticket, and Fox Sports West prime ticket always has the best high school football coverage. You can check it out. Coming right up.
Well, there's a look at Jake Muzzin. Previous to that, you saw Brad Marchand. Marchand, 6 goals, leads the Bruins. He's got 6 goals, 6 assists.
And if I'm not mistaken, Bob, he leads the team, but that 6-goal total is the lowest total to lead a team so far this year in the NHL.
Yeah, they just haven't scored many, and they only need one here to tie it up. And as you say, lately they've been coming on, and Quick has made some big saves for the Kings to keep them ahead 1-0. Now the Bruins try to pick it up again in the Kings zone. Nice play there as the Kings take it away and get it up ahead to center ice. Cross the line, right side, going for there is Brown. He'd made that play further back down the ice to get it out to center with 1:38 left to go here in the second period. Kings with a 1-0 lead. The only goal back in the first period at 16:20 by Tanner Pearson. Kopitar an assist on it, the 350th assist of his career, and McNabb. Puck sent way back in the Kings zone, and McNabb back in to get it. Tipped away from him for a minute. Now the Kings have it again, and they move it over to Doughty. Played it off the boards. Took his time. Still takes his time. Moves up to center, looking for an opening. Comes across the line. Doughty, left side shot, and the save there by Svedberg. Doughty right there. Didn't force anything, Jim. If it wasn't there, he took his time, let things develop, and led to a shot on goal.
And it's a great example, Bob, of what I talk about with Drew Doughty many times, of just understanding what's needed. And right now, the Bruins have that pressure on. You see he's gliding, he's taking it in, finally takes the backhand pass. And, you know, the Kings don't get a quality chance, but when they do go, they get a little bit of a momentum break. You get a stoppage, and you get an end zone face-off in the offensive zone. Drew Doughty creates that. Very important to understand what's needed at any certain point of a game.
Doughty's got points in 5 of the last 7 games. Kings with it. Pass in front. Dribbles behind the net. And then a diving pass to Martinez. Now over to Pearson, but he shanked it wide to the right. Bruins get it out across the blue line to center ice. Kings get it back over to Kopitar. Kopitar. Bruins zone. Kopitar with one hand on it. Tried to drop it there. It comes back over to Martinez. Martinez, 34 seconds to go in the period. Shot from the blue line is just wide by Carter, and he kind of looks at the ceiling. Can't believe he didn't get that one. Comes all the way back into the Kings zone.
He knew, Bob, because the goaltender didn't see it. If it's on net, it's in. Just couldn't get it on net.
Bruins back in their own zone. 19 seconds left to go in the period. Puck comes up to center. End of this period, we'll have the Kings mailbag on. Jay Kopitar going to answer some mail. Now a glove save by Quick on the shot from the left side. And he hangs on, and see the shot by Bartkowski.
And we talked to Daryl Sutter yesterday at practice, Bob, and he was asked about the Boston Bruins, and he said, I like them a lot. They're a lot like us, you know, in style. And then this year, the injuries they've had to go through and kind of figuring out certain pieces that are needed, those types of things. And I think we're seeing that type of game tonight, where both teams are just playing the right way. They're not forcing things as you were talking about, and you're waiting for that moment. When you do get it, you attack. If not, you keep it safe.
And the 1-0 right here probably doesn't surprise anybody. Shot is knocked down right in front. Loose puck. Kings have it. 1 second to go, and the time runs out. But the Bruins came close right at the end of that period, but no goals in that period as Jonathan Quick stands tall in about the last 6 or 7 minutes of the period.
Yeah, the Bruins turned it on. That last shot, Bob, it went off the backboards, and then it went high into the air, and no one knew what was going on, where it was coming. You're trying to spot what's going on, where the puck's going to end up, those types of things. And it's just one of those things where communication can help at times. Here comes the shot. It goes in, and you see that Drew Doughty's the guy who spots. You see it. Doughty, see him protect the puck right there? He spun. He ends up with it. But he knew it was a dangerous situation, knew he couldn't get a stick on it, so he just kind of circled the puck, did a spinorama around the puck to keep it safe, then clears the zone. The Kings hold on for a 1-0 lead after 40 minutes of play.
Kings with 13 shots in that period, 29 for 2 periods. Boston with 11. They have 19 for 2 periods. When we come back, Anze Kopitar answers the Kings mailbag. Kings Hockey is brought to you by Mercury Insurance. Get a free quote today from Mercury Insurance and get a free collectible mini stick set featuring Anze Kopitar. And by Staples. Make more happen.
Welcome back to Staples Center. Kings with a 1-goal lead downstairs right now to Kings associate head coach. That's John Stevens. And John, we were just chatting there in the intermission, John, about nerves and those types of things. As a coach, if you spot your team showing signs of nerves, is there anything you can do to kind of calm it down?
Well, I think the whole key for us is just to focus on the job at hand here. It's all little things that are going to make a difference. So I think you get nervous and you worry about the outcome. I think if you just focus on what you have to do, getting the job done, moving pucks quickly, defending properly, that's something that we're good at, so there shouldn't be any nerves with that.
Is the game gone the way you thought it would go?
Well, they're a good team. They're a very structured team. They're well coached. They play 4 lines and 60s. So, yeah, pretty much what I thought. I thought it'd be tight checking, and so far so good. We just got to keep it going.
All right, John, thanks very much. So I guess the way we thought, Bob, one of the keys I brought up earlier was 60-minute tempo from the Boston Bruins. They're a team that's known to go for that 60 minutes. They play fast for 60 minutes. The Kings have been right there. And, of course, in that first period, second period, the Kings, for the most part, as they are guilty of icing right here, we're controlling the tempo of the game. It had more of the chances, but 1 shot away.
Yeah, and the Bruins, as we noted, picked it up the best the last 5-6 minutes of that second period. So we'll see how they come out. Start of the third. There is Patrice Bergeron. And he's going to face off for the Boston Bruins in the Kings zone. Carter on the draw, and he wins the face-off to Doughty. And Kings try to clear it out, and they do up to center ice. Chased down there by Carter across the blue line. Bruins have it in their own zone now and sweep it around the boards all the way back into the Kings zone. And this is going to be icing against Boston.
And Bob, we were talking about Jean Beliveau, rest in peace, passing away. And 17 Stanley Cups, 10 as a player, you were talking about, 7 as an executive. Next closest is Scotty Bowman with 13. Most Stanley Cups as a team captain, 5. Fastest game-winning goal regulation playoff game, 14 seconds. That was way back in 1965. So Jean Beliveau, what a career.
Yeah. Sad to hear that he is gone and passed away today, but one of the great legends in the NHL. Bruins bring it up to center ice. Can't quite get to center ice because Carter was there to break it up.
Just think about it. 17
Wow.
Stanley Cups. We're lucky enough to have 2.
Here is Pearson, left wing. Pearson passes into the middle, tipped away and taken by Regehr. Regehr picks it up, throws it in, and it's batted just wide to the left side. I kind of thought Pearson was going to pull the trigger there on the left wing. Puck fired down into the Kings zone and behind the net. Quick cuts it off, put it back in the corner. Kings can't clear yet. Held in on the right side and now chased by Stoll back behind the net. He's got Brown ahead of him. Gives it to Brown. Nice move by Brown. Brown up to center. 3-on-2 for the Kings. Brown across the line. Brown's pass back on the right side. Shot from there and a save by Svedberg as he made the save on Stoll. Now back to Regehr. That was a nice rush up the ice.
Certainly was. Dustin Brown is becoming more and more of a playmaker with this line. it's kind of developing because he's getting that speed. When he left his zone, Bob, you mentioned that dip shoulder move he made. He came right to the middle and right to top speed entering the zone.
Now the Kings get Richards out on the ice. It's in the Bruins zone. The Bruins have it, though, and it's cleared up ahead to center ice. Richards has the most shots by the Kings in the game tonight. He's got 5. For the Bruins, Gagne has 3, and so does Chris Kelly. The Kings have the advantage in the faceoffs in the first period, but now the Bruins came back and have the advantage in the game. Down the right side, a drive back behind the net in the Bruins zone. Loose puck, fought for there. Who's going to get to it? Into the corner. Now Dwight King poked it along the boards to the blue line, and Muzzin loses it out to center ice. Now the Kings chase it down as Doughty gets back in the Kings zone. Quickly over to Muzzin. Muzzin back to Doughty. Into forecheck is Daniel Paille, and the Kings send it in the Bruins zone. Then a Seidenberg with it there. Seidenberg up to center. Sends it in. A check by Doughty right at the blue line. He knocked down Greg Campbell. Campbell coming back. Puck comes out to center ice. Seidenberg with it. Gets it out to center, and the Bruins into the Kings zone. Right wing side, Campbell threw it in front. It came right through and then batted wide. Picked up by Jordan Nolan. Nolan got it out to center ice over the head of Daniel Paille. And the Bruins break it up again and send it back into the Kings zone. Martinez behind the net. He got cut off there, but he made the right move, got it up to Clifford. Clifford's pass off on the right side to Nolan. Nolan down in deep. Bruins zone. Nolan gets knocked down there behind the net. And the Bruins get it back up to center. Left wing side. Taken there by Marchand. He's looking for an option. His pass comes out to center ice, though. Tried to get it out to the right side at the right point to Kevin Miller. Martinez for the Kings. Over to Robin Regehr. Up ahead to Kopitar. Nice move there. Kopitar left side to Pearson. This time he does shoot, and it's just knocked wide. Puck comes back behind the Bruin net. Cleared up to center ice now. Boston with it, thrown in right at Quick, and he makes the save, and he hangs on for a faceoff.
Time right now for the Carl Jr. Sports Update tease. A little bit later, Mr. O'Neill will take us to and through and around and hopefully past in a couple nights the Desert Dogs, the Arizona Coyotes, and the Kings, of course, will face them coming up on Thursday. Quick, I guess that's redundant, a quick one-game road trip.
That'll be Kings Live at 5:30. Game time 6 p.m. in Arizona on Thursday. Then the Kings back here for an afternoon game, 1 o'clock Saturday against the Philadelphia Flyers. Kings have a 3-on-2 working to center ice again. Here across the line is Kopitar, but offside Kings.
Kings trying to get that speed, and the breakouts are there like the first period. On the last shift, the Kings were able to build up speed. Pearson missing wide. If you get a stop right here, guys. Here's Kopitar. He's just coming off the bench, but watch him get to a position where he's open. He's going to come down. He's going to be low, but another stop here, guys. He has his stick on the ice, so this seems like a simple play right here, but he's being available. He's being accessible. Then Regehr hits him right on the backhand, and it's important to be able to take a pass on the forehand or the backhand side of your stick, and Kopitar does right there, but you can see how the motion was there, the flow was there. You get in position, you be available. Make that pass a little bit easier for the defenseman to make.
Kings in the Bruin zone. Left wing side, thrown down in by Stoll, back behind the net. Stoll, Brown, and Williams. That line has been together for a lot of games. Intercepted there by Brown. He shoots up high and off the glove and over the net. Louis Eriksson with it now for the Boston Bruins. Puck comes up to center ice and backhanded in the Kings zone. Eriksson throws it in front, broken up there, and the Kings back to make a quick pass and come out of the zone.
McNabb gets back to position, great position.
Bruins have it though. Eriksson shoots wide to the left. Rebound to Stoll. He let it go to Williams. Here's Williams now. Williams with Brown. Brown dropped it back, and a shot knocked away, and loose puck. Who's got it? Kings had it for a moment, but Williams got knocked down. And back up to center ice. Taken there, and Zach Trotman. He's a 24-year-old rookie. Cleared it down into the Kings zone. Into the corner. Kings pick it up there. Can they clear? They get it to the blue line. line and out to center, but back comes Paille to take it away. Daniel Paille Now Simon Gagne throws it into the King zone. Here's a push by Boston now. They're doing a pretty good job keeping it in. Back to the blue line. A shot knocked down in front. Loose puck taken by Paille. His pass. Back over the left wing side. Dougie Hamilton. Hamilton threw it in front. Back over on the right side to Paille. Paille got checked, but is picked up now and in deep. A shot just tipped up in the air and wide. Shot by Bartkowski. Kings finally get it. Can they clear it out? King does. Lift it high in the air and down into the Bruin zone.
Icing's not pouring here, Bobby. You have to do that. You got to get it out. Just too many opportunities. Nothing ever made it to the net, but there was a couple of passes there through the areas where the Kings were a little bit in trouble, and Dwight King does the right thing. Toyota game analysis. Pearson, he has 10 power plays. I'm not even going to mention what's happening for the Bruins. Martinez comes back since November 13th. Been a factor in the game. I don't build those graphics.
Face off to the right of Quick, and on the draw, face off won by Richards. Now the Kings with a chance to break out, and they do as Martinez got it up ahead to Toffoli. Puck back into the Bruin zone and played by Torrey Krug. Across the line, right side, but a whistle on the play.
Just offside was Bergeron coming from behind. Just a couple of inches. The Bruins had the speed, and as Bob, you mentioned, they're coming on here. They've had some spurts in this game. Kings still holding on. 1-0.
Hey everybody, time for the Carl's Jr. Sports Update. Have you gotten used to saying that the Arizona Coyotes, that's the next opponent for the LA Kings. The Coyotes lost tonight in Calgary to the surprising Flames 5-2. A chance to see Shane Doan. Oliver Ekman-Larsson, the fine defenseman, had a goal tonight. Mike Smith allowed 4 goals. Jim, he's having a tough year, but the Kings looking for separation. But talk about parity in this conference.
Yeah, the parity is just all around, Patrick, even to the top of the NHL. I'll get there in a second, but Arizona, as they're called now, always seems to give the Kings trouble. Regardless of the standings, they're the dogs, the Desert Dogs.
Boy, Calgary, what a year. 34 points. They've got 16 wins already, and they are one of the surprise teams of the league. Quite a few of them, Jim, as you look down. Tampa Bay up there on top of the Atlantic Division.
I knew that was going to happen.
You got Pittsburgh and...
I knew that was going to happen.
Okay, there the Kings with it. Pass off the right side, a shot. King is in the net and behind the goaltender. He tries to get out. It was Clifford back behind the goaltender. Then Clifford gets out and he gets knocked down again.
Well, drive to the net. That's what they tell you to do, and he certainly does right there. So the Kings trying to get the play going back their way. Kyle Clifford ended up with a goal without the puck.
Doesn't count. Still 1-0 in favor of the Kings. Pass tipped ahead at center ice and taken away by the Bruins. Back they come into the King zone. They got a man coming down the middle. A shot is wide to the right side. They had coming down the middle Louis Eriksson. Puck taken away now on the pass by Kopitar, and he gets it up to center ice to Carter. He dropped it there, and Bruins try to take it away, but the Kings send it in the Bruin zone. Looking at some other teams there. Nashville having a great year. We saw how good they are when we were in Nashville.
I knew that was going to happen.
Oh, boy. Yeah, Islanders, what about that?
Yeah, I picked them for sure. They're probably the biggest surprise. They made some great acquisitions there right before the season. Gar Snow, who is probably on the hottest of hot seats as far as general managers, now he's looking pretty good right now.
How about Edmonton? Do you know that too?
They're not as good as the guys you've been talking about.
Well, they lost 10 straight now. On the right side, a shot, tipped in front, rebound, shot, and diving is quick, and he made the save.
Krug had a chance to just tee it up. And, you know, with the rush the way it happened, Jonathan Quick was almost jammed the other side. The deflection by Lucic sent the puck all the way across, and if Quick got it, you know, how many times have we seen it? We've seen it a million times, but because Krug, there's the deflection. Krug has a lot of time to tee this one up. It's going to the far side. Quick sees it. He jumps, and either it hits the post or it hits Quick.
Well, we may get a better look at it here. Here's the shot.
Here it comes. So is it going to? He shoots it back into Jonathan Quick, and it just sneaks off the post. Yes, it did end up hitting the post. So Krug got a lot on it, but didn't get it the direction he wanted to. But credit Jonathan Quick for not giving up on the play. Takes it right off the ribs to make the save.
Crowd reacting to the replay here on the Jumbotron as the puck is in the King zone. So the Kings have got to get going here. Boston's got the momentum right now, trying to tie it up here in deep. The shot back in front, sent wide to the left by Hamilton, and then cleared out to center ice. Kings take it away, but can't go in to get a good shot, but they still have it in the Bruin zone. Back to the blue line, taken away there and cleared up to center ice now by Matt Fraser. Now thrown into the Kings zone. And it is played by the Kings.
Watch out.
Almost collide there as it comes up ahead to Williams, but he had nobody over the left side. Kings want to get a line change here. Things a little too scrambly right now as far as the Kings are concerned, and Bruins putting a push on right now. Across the line is Gagne, taken away by the Kings. Here's Dwight King. King with Richards. King moving in, throws it on the right side to Toffoli. Couldn't get a shot. Toffoli got it again, though, and now it comes over to Dwight King. Dwight King to the blue line. Doughty drives it back behind the net. Bruins get there in time and put it up on the glass. Paille trying to clear. He couldn't do it yet. King battling there and got his stick on it again, but now the Bruins come to the King line. Across the line, right side, shot, save, rebound, shot wide to the left. The rebound came out to the left side and was shot wide and back up to center ice. Kings with a right side shot from there and a save by Svedberg.
A little bit too wide open, Bob, as you were talking about that last play by the Bruins. The first shot is not to score. The first shot there was for a rebound. That's what they get, and they get the second chance, too.
Down in deep, it's taken now by Seidenberg. Still forced back in his own zone with 10 minutes to go in the third period. 1-0 Kings. Precarious one-goal lead.
That's a 60-minute game. The Bruins are known for that.
Now on the right side, here is a pass in front by Bergeron, taken away by the Kings. Picked up there by Nolan. He got it out to center ice.
Now for the Kings, if they get to the red line with control, it's got to go deep. You got to start spending a little bit more time in the offensive zone. Outnumbered attack, you take it. If not, get it deep.
Bruins 3-on-3 into the Kings zone. And it is down into the corner and picked up there by the Kings. Fans were looking for some kind of a penalty there, but it comes over to Pearson. Pearson gets it over to Regehr.
Knows Pasternak again. He has a real good sense for that open seam, and he hit it. It looked like he just stumbled himself. Didn't look like there was any contact by a King, but he's been hitting the seam here in the third period.
Puck bounces and now going to be chased down the left wing side by Louis Eriksson. He throws it toward the front of the net. Batted away up the middle. A shot blocked into the corner and taken by Eriksson again. Lost his balance. Now a shot wide to the right from back of the blue line as the Bruins hold it in again along the boards. The Kings get it out to center to Carter. Carter had to go back and pick it up, and Bruins come back across the line again, but it's taken away by Regehr.
Bruins throwing everything at the net right now.
Oh, Kings go, the chant from the sellout crowd again. It'll be the 135th consecutive sellout crowd. Puck comes up to center ice and sent deep into the Kings zone. Muzzin going back to get it. Muzzin checked there. Puck taken by Stoll. Over to Williams. Williams pass. Nice outlet. Comes up to center ice. Taken there by Brown. Cross the line, but offside called against the Kings.
Well, the Boston Bruins starting to pick it up. They know what the score is. They know what their result wants to be. Krug has the empty net. No, he doesn't.
You are looking at Chris Sutter, Daryl Sutter's son. He is a huge star here at Staples Center on the dance cam. In the 30, always gets the crowd pumped up. Hey, Jim, what did Daryl tell us yesterday? This team is his family. He actually gets mad at the coach if he's mad at his players.
That's right. You know, Daryl Sutter's job at times is to get mad at the players. If Chris senses that, he'll get mad at his dad. But he takes a lot of pride in this. He knows what's going on. And you know what, Bob? He knows that the fans get pumped up, and he feels that's going to help the team. And if that's the case, great job by Chris.
Well, he's pumping him up on the scoreboard right now.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll help the Kings regain the momentum here.
They need something right now. They do. They need a little bit of a turnaround in this game right now.
Now the Boston Bruins, Matt Fraser moves it up to center. Pass on the right side across the line. A centering pass broken up by Williams as Soderberg tried to move it into the slot. Now it comes back behind the Bruin net. The goaltender knocks it away. And back up to center. Kings have it at their own line. Drive it off the boards deep into the Bruin zone. Had to be stopped there by Nicholas Svedberg. He's in goal. He's only given up one. The Bruins down 1-0. Kings break it up at the blue line. Muzzin reached out, knocked it down, but the Bruins got it again, drove it wide. Comes over to Daniel Paille. Paille throws it wide, and the Kings with a chance maybe to get it out, and they do. Get it out to center ice. into the Bruins zone. Chased down there and cleared back out to center. But again, the Kings break it up and get it to Dwight King. Toffoli chasing it down with the Bruins. Drive it around to Daniel Paille. Paille moves it up to center ice. He's in his 9th year in the NHL. Kings take it away and they get it over now to Muzzin.
Like to see the Kings get it deeper here in these situations. Just, you're trying that last little pass. Not going right now, so you just got to get it deep and get the legs going by chasing the puck.
Puck comes up to center, poked ahead down the right side now by Riley Smith. He threw it in front out of the reach of Marchand. Marchand in the corner, covered up there by Bergeron. Bergeron's pass back to Marchand. Marchand behind the net, trying to come around in front. His shot knocked down and played by the Kings' Matt Green, and he gets it up to the blue line to Clifford.
Well, McNabb had to do everything on that play not to take a penalty.
Here on the right side, a pass comes off the left wing boards and taken by Jordan Nolan. Now the Kings have it again at the left point, held in by Clifford. Clifford, his shot blocked. Bruins come back to center ice. Into the Kings zone and down the right side, a check there by McNabb. And the puck held in, but the Kings have it as it was held in by Riley Smith. But the Kings take it away and move it up the right side. Bruins changing on the fly. And at center ice, going down the ice was Nolan. Bruins have it into the Kings zone. Right side, shot from there, knocked away by the blocker of Quick. The shot by Chris Kelly. Kings have it in their own zone and move it up ahead to center, just out of the reach there of Kopitar. Bruins drive it right back in. Nervous time here. We're down to 5:48 left to go in the third period. 1-0 Kings. Here's Kopitar. Kopitar with Pearson. Gets it to Pearson. He shoots and a save by Svedberg.
No, Bob, if you get nervous, just think of the process. One call at a time. Don't think about the result. Think of the process. One for the Kings. Sometimes that's all you need. Tanner Pearson had it back in the first period. We're going to look at Fox Vision and break it down. Attack zone for the Kings, but watch the top of the circles. This shot comes from the top of the circle. Kings had 5 men below the tops of the circles. Important thing to keep in mind, Jeff Carter. He's a scorer, but right here, he's a screener. Tanner Pearson will peel off, open up, left-hand shot, right side, gets the puck. Look at the goaltender. The goaltender's moving one way because he could not see the pass. Kopitar deceptive. He's moving. Top is open, and Tanner Pearson of the Kings have a 1-0 lead. That was way back in period number 1. Now both teams just trying to get something going. The Kings trying to just get a little better feel, more time in the offensive zone. The Bruins want to keep going what they've been doing here, probably the entire third period.
Well, they have outshot the Kings 7-4 in this period. Here is Reguer at the left point of the Bruins zone. His pass deflected into the slot, and over to tip it away was Kopitar. Then he got checked, but the puck comes in deep. Taken there by Seidenberg. Back behind his own net, moves it into the corner. Now up the middle to Kelly, and Bruins trying to bring it out to center ice. They do. Picked up on the right wing side and thrown down in deep and into the corner by Seidenberg, and the Kings dig it out. Can they clear? Pearson got it out to center.
Alec Martinez getting back for that puck and very mobile again, just kind of spinning, getting there and make it happen, so the Kings able to leave the zone.
Kings get it back in their own zone, and now under 5 minutes left to go. Third period, Kings with a 1-0 lead, and Boston Bruins have it in their own zone. Taken there by Fraser. Seidenberg and moves it up ahead to center ice. Banked off the boards into the Kings zone. Shot by Fraser and a save made by Quick.
Well, the Bruins back to that, getting every puck to the net as much as possible. A reminder, you can celebrate your LA Kings 2014 Stanley Cup Championship with Tiffany & Company. 2014 LA Kings Championship Collection features jewelry, tumblers, cufflinks, and more. Visit Tiffany.com/LAKings to view the collection and purchase today. And of course, probably a lot of purchasing going on around this time of year, thinking of ahead and holiday season. Some pretty good gifts right there.
Ready on the draw in the Kings zone now. Jarrett Stoll for the Kings. And the Bruins win the draw. Back to the right point. Shot is knocked down. Loose puck in front, and Quick gets hammered.
And then he gets his mask knocked off. So right away, the referee says, I've got to blow it down. And Fraser pats Quick on the pad and says, good job, tender. Fraser did a good job by getting there. You want to make it happen. You want to get that traffic as much as possible. I was mentioning the parity, Bob, earlier. We'll get to that after this. Fraser goes by. He gets kind of pushed in there, shoved in there. So question of whether it would have counted if it goes in, those types of things. Very difficult to call on the ice, but Quick stays right at home to make the save.
And the face-off again, won by Jarrett Stoll. Back to Doughty and up to Williams. Williams to center. Feeds it over left side. Across the line now. Cutting down in deep. Here's Stoll. Can't get a good shot. Tipped away from him, and the Bruins start back to center. Working on a 3-on-2 for a moment. Now down the left side with some speed. In deep. Pass up the middle. Intercepted by Williams.
No, the 3-on-2 was there, Bob, but the coverage by the Kings, they delayed the play long enough to get help. Forwards come back, and they help on the play.
Kings in a line change here. Bruins back at their own blue line. Drive it to the King line. Broken up there, and the Kings move it up ahead. Sent in deep into the Bruin zone. Goaltender Svedberg moves it around the boards, and the Kings can't hang on. Paille for the Bruins up to center ice. He gets stopped there. Broken up by Richards. Now Paille again. 3:40 left to go here in the third. 1-0 in favor of the Bruins. Or excuse me, favor of the Kings. Puck taken and fired back down behind the net. Bartkowski moves it up to center. Here's Gagne. Dropped it back. Kings take it away. Picked up by Nolan, but he can't hang on. Broken up there by Dougie Hamilton, who sends it into the Kings zone. And Kings in trouble there to the side of the net. Loose puck. Paille trying to dig it out. And it comes free, and the Kings have it. Up ahead to center ice to Kyle Clifford. Clifford throws it in deep. 1-0 Kings. Third period. Nolan into the corner, but the Bruins break it up, and back they come to center, and a pass down deep into the Kings zone. Here's Daniel Paille again. He's been active here in the late in the second and here in the third period.
Claude Julien not afraid to go with 4 lines all the way through. They played last night, the Bruins in Anaheim. 4-line approach. The fourth line's been effective for them of late, and they're getting a lot of chances here in period number 3.
Kings change again. Bruins come to center. Thrown in wide by Bergeron, but now over to get it Riley Smith. He can't hang on. Taken by Kopitar. Cleared it off the glass up to center and into the Bruins zone. Kings have it now, but they can't bring it across the line. They're not onside. Now they get onside. Here is Kopitar driving in deep. Kopitar checked behind the net. Kopitar stays with it. Checked by Krug. Back to Kopitar in front. And stopped by the goaltender. Moved out to cover it up. Svedberg.
Yeah, the first offensive chance for the Kings in a while, but that was real good. You have Carter going. You have Kopitar. Kopitar, is he passing? Is he trying to slide it between the goaltender? Man, you got to figure it out. That last attack, get a stop here, guys. You see the push right here? You have Stoll pushing Justin Williams, but you delay as long as possible. And you see Williams, the forward, watch him get back to the area in the middle. He knows the puck wants to be placed there by the Boston Bruins, and that's exactly the spot he goes to. Gets a little help from that man, but good read by the Kings on the back check. You sort it out and get to the dangerous area.
2:17 to go in regulation. Kings 1-0. Here's Brown in the corner. Brown gets checked there. Stoll's behind the net. Stoll gets knocked down, and the Kings still have it. Stoll gets up. Pass hit the referee in the corner, and the Bruins dig it out and try to clear it up to center, and they do. Boston into the Kings zone. Pass on the left wing side. A sharp angle shot deflected back behind the net, and the Kings turn it back up to center ice. Sent by Brown across the line, and Williams chases it in. Williams checked there along the boards. Williams trying to move it in toward Brown. Brown gets checked. Brown still with it. Brown's pass up the middle, held in by Richards, but his shot knocked down. Now down to 1 minute and 30 seconds left to go in regulation.
There's Svedberg, Bob. He wants to come out. He's looking. He's leaning. He's leaving. Bruins are getting the line. He's going.
Now the Bruins going to get the goaltender pulled the extra attack around the ice. A shot saved by Quick. Rebound back behind the net. Still a battle for there. The net is wide open. Here's Toffoli for the Kings. He cleared it up ahead to center ice. Back together the Boston Bruins. They've got the extra attack around the ice. And we're coming down to 1 minute 4 left to go. And now down to 1 minute to go in regulation. Bruins across the line. Marchand left side. Checked by Green. Marchand still with it. Now taken away. Here's shot by Toffoli at the empty net. Score! And the Kings have a 2-0 lead with 49.6 to go.
The Bruins get the dump in or the entry they want. But the Kings forwards, along with the D, but I think it's mostly the forwards, do a great job against sorting it out and going to the dangerous areas. You'll see the Bruins as they come up the ice. And watch the Kings get back to the dangerous areas. Look at the Kings defense standing it up. You come across. Watch Kopitar here. Look at 11. He's going to be a support position. Comes across to the boards. Gets his stick on it, and it's Kopitar that clears it to Toffoli. Now, Toffoli, you want to get the red line there. But you know what? Goal scorers have a sense for the net. When Kopitar will get an assist, Toffoli will get the empty net goal. They're on the ice because the coach trusts them. And you can see exactly why. Go to the area and break it up, and the Kings go the other way. 2-0 lead.
So now in the Kings zone, a shot that deflects back into the corner. Toffoli gets his 10th. Now a shot knocked down in front and just wide to the right wing side. Bruins keep the pressure on. A pass up the middle, broken up and cleared out to center ice. 21 seconds to go. Toffoli is 10th from Kopitar at 19-10. And now back into the Kings zone. Kings up 2-0 over the Bruins to the blue line to Seidenberg. Now a shot knocked away by Quick. 6 seconds to go. Kings with it. Loose puck behind the net. Bruins center of the middle. Shutout for the Kings and Jonathan Quick. His 34th career shutout. His third this season, all three at home. His first since October 23rd against Buffalo. And the Kings, Jim, get the 2-0 victory here at Staples Center tonight.
And our Land Rover player of the game will not be the goaltender Jonathan Quick, because we expect that. Andrei Kopitar, 2 assists. Of course, the great pass to Pearson, then that last play, defensively first, chip it off the boards, and the Kings get the 2-0 win. A couple things tonight, Bob. The Kings did not get themselves in a penalty kill situation. We're never shorthanded in the game. I've been talking about parity. I want to get this in. November 30th, the last day of November, the top 9 teams in the NHL were separated by 1 point. You talk about parity. You saw it tonight. A great game, Kings and Bruins. Kings win it 2-0.
Kings with 35 shots, Bruins 32. Kings win 2-0 for the 3 stars, Dave Joseph.
It's time to announce the Staples 3 stars of the game. Tonight's Staples 3rd star from Boston, number 72, Nicholas Svedberg. The Staples 2nd star from your Kings with the game-winning goal, number 70, Tanner Pearson. And the Staples 1st star from your Kings, making 31 saves for the shutout, number 32, Jonathan Quick. Now, fans, please turn your attention to the Kings bench as Tanner Pearson joins Fox Sports West Alex Curry. Alex.
Thank you, Tanner. You guys came into this game knowing you were facing a team with similar makeup. You came out strong. You held on. Talk about the team's performance tonight.
Yeah, I think every game we want to look to having a strong start and getting that first one. And tonight we obviously did that, and we just kept them to a goose egg.
And about that first one, you guys came on with a strong 5-man attack. I mean, you can usually expect a solid feed from Kopitar, but was that just right place, right time?
Yeah, I think both. But I think if you're in front of Kopi and you're open, he's going to find he's that kind of player.
And another shutout by Quick. That never gets old here at Staples.
We can never say enough about him in that. I mean, he brings it every night, and we want to bring it for him.
Well, congratulations on a great win. Thanks for joining us.
All right, thank you.
When we come back, we got more Kings Live with Patrick O'Neill and Sean O'Donnell right here on Fox Sports West.